OBCA Hall of Fame is Coach Terry West. Terry West won the Class 4A state championship at Tulsa Memorial in 1974 and led 3 other Charger teams to the state tournament in 1975, 1980, and 1981. Coach West led Tulsa Metro Christian to the Class 2A semifinals in 1992. West was a head coach for 21 years and a member of the OBCA for 30 years. As a head coach, Terry West compiled a career record of 276 wins against just 111 losses. West was inducted into the Oklahoma Coaches Association Hall of Fame in 1993 and the Tournament Champions Hall of Fame in 1993. West was named the Indian Nation's Coach of the Year 3 consecutive times in 1974, 1975, and 1976, as well as the Oklahoma 6 Conference Coach of the Year once in 1980. West was also named the Tulsa Tribune Coach of the Year 3 times in 1974, 1975, and 1980. Coach West's 1974 Tulsa Memorial State Championship team was the first team inducted into the Tulsa Public Schools Sports Hall of Fame in 2024. While at Tulsa Memorial, his teams won 4 regional championships, 4 conference championships, and 3 Tulsa All-City Metro championships. Coach West's Memorial teams won the prestigious Tournament of Champions twice in 1974 and 1980. Some of Coach West's former players who went on to have outstanding achievements include Danny Limes, state championship boys coach at Bishop Kelly, Kip Hardaway, Bob Garrett, Kevin Glasner, Joey Robinson, Warren Lynn, and Mike Hogue. Coach West played on his father's 1954 Tulsa Rogers State Championship team. Coach West led basketball camps in China for 9 years, teaching fundamentals of basketball to Chinese youth. West is a graduate of Tulsa Will Rogers High School and Oklahoma State University. Terry West spent 30 years in education. Ladies and gentlemen, Coach Terry West.
First, I want to say what an incredible honor it is to be standing here today, to be inducted into the Oklahoma Basketball Coaches Association Hall of Fame is something I do not take lightly. When you spend your life around this game, you don't do it thinking about nights like this. You do it because you love the players, you love the competition, you love being part of the team, and hope along the way you make a difference. So to the OBCA, thank you for this recognition, and more importantly, thank you for what you continue to do for basketball, for coaches, for young people across the state of Oklahoma. I'm truly grateful to be included among so many coaches I respect and admire. I also want to thank the people who have made this journey possible. First, my wife Sally. No coaching career happens alone. There are long nights, long bus rides, late practices, close losses, and seasons where the game follows you home, whether you want it or not. She has been through it all, supporting me, encouraging me, and making me sacrifices that don't always show up in the win-loss record. But matter more than anything, I want to thank my good friend Roger Flipper, former player, who has been a loyal friend and an important part of my life, coaching in my coaching journey. People like Roger are a reminder that the relationships built through this game are every bit meaningful as the game themselves. I especially want to thank former players who have shown up I didn't expect from Colorado and other parts of the country. Bill Patterson, Jim Priester, Steve Bagnall, Kathy White, Doug Queen, David Williams, Roger Flippo, and Chet Atkins. A coach may receive an honor like this, but the truth is, players are reasons any of this matters. You give your effort, your trust, your toughness, and your heart. You allow me to coach you, challenge you, and be part of your lives. Any success I had as a coach belongs in large part to the young men who wore the uniform that represented our team the right way. I want to share one story that has stayed with me. In 1974, I was coaching Tulsa Memorial. Our team traveled to Oklahoma City for the state tournament. We were matched up against the #1 team in the state. I knew we had an uphill battle, but I also believed in that group of kids. Before we left, I told the players to practice for 3 days. That was my way of telling them we're not going home for one game. We're going up here and we're going to stay. I wanted them to believe they belonged there, that they could win, and that they were capable of playing with anybody. And sure enough, our young man went out and won the first game. The funny part of it is this. I had told the players to pack for 3 days. But apparently, I had only packed for 1. So my wife Sally had to go back to Tulsa and bring me my extra clothes. We went on to win the next 2 games, defeating Northwest Class in the finals. But after the first quarterfinal game was the one that set the tone for the rest of the weekend. The story has always stayed with me because it says so much about coaching. Sometimes your job is to believe in your players before they fully believe in themselves. Sometimes your job is to help them see what is possible. And sometimes your wife has to bail you out, and because you gave better instructions to your players. What I remember about people, I remember young men learning that success doesn't come from talent alone. It comes from showing up when you're tired, doing the hard things when nobody is watching, and refusing to quit when the odds are against you. I learned that grit matters, determination matters, and character matters. The game of basketball teaches lessons that go far beyond the court. It teaches you to respect your teammates, respect your opponents, respect your coaches, and respect the game itself. It teaches you that nobody succeeds alone, and that every worthwhile accomplishment requires sacrifice. Looking back, I hope my players learned that it's possible to achieve more than they thought they could. I hope that they learn to believe in themselves, to work hard, to persevere through adversity, to treat people the right way. If I had any success as a coach, it wasn't because the plays we ran, the games we won. It was because I had the privilege of coaching young men who were willing to work, willing to believe, and willing to give their best. I am deeply honored by this recognition, but I know that no coach gets here alone. The honor belongs to my family, my players, my assistant coaches, my friends, and everyone who has been part of my journey. Thank you for believing in me. Thank you for allowing me to be part of the great game. And thank you for the incredible honor. God bless you, and thank you for the best most of every opportunity you're given.
Whose dedication, leadership, and a lifelong commitment have elevated our game across the state. The Oklahoma Basketball Coaches Association proudly recognizes the 2026 Hall of Fame class. David Baldwin, Clyde Estlin, Kurt Harris, Mark Van Kuren, and Terry West. Ladies and gentlemen, please join us in giving these exceptional coaches a well-deserved round of applause.